Good afternoon, friends, and happy Monday. I hope that you're having a lovely start to your work week. My name is Caesar, and this is Inspire a Movement. So today we're continuing with our segment entitled Word of the Day, and we're looking at the word fasting. So simply put, fasting is when one stops eating completely or almost completely for a certain stretch of time. The fasting period can last anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. However, there are instances where you could be on a multi-day fast. Another thing that we could talk about is in the fasting period, you're likely going to be consuming water, of course, because you can't do without water for extended periods of time. But you could also be consuming things like tea and coffee and maybe even certain types of foods, depending on the type of fasting that you're doing. Now, what are some of the many benefits associated with fasting? For one, it promotes blood sugar control by reducing insulin resistance. With short-term intermittent fasting, it's been shown to reduce blood sugar levels. Another added benefit that we could talk about is it helps to fight or combat against inflammation. And we know that inflammation in the body is linked to things like heart disease, cancer, and rheumatoid arthritis. It also enhances your heart health. The way that it enhances your heart health is by improving your blood pressure and reducing your triglyceride and cholesterol levels. Other added benefits to fasting include things like brain health and the prevention of neurodegenerative disorders. It helps to increase nerve cells or the generation of nerve cells in your brain, which are tied to cognitive function. So these are many benefits. It also increases your metabolism, and the way that it does this is because it helps to promote the neurotransmitter norepinephrine. So the production of norepinephrine is increased, thereby increasing your metabolism. And with that, as we know, is going to be the benefit of reducing your caloric intake, which is going to lead to things like reducing your weight, if weight loss is part of what you're looking for. Another last thing that I could mention with fasting as a potential benefit is the secretion of the human growth hormone. And we know that the human growth hormone is a key hormone that is tied to things like growth, muscle strength, again, things like your metabolism as well as weight loss. Some other benefits that you could think of are extension of your longevity. It's also, again, because it reduces inflammation tied to fighting things like cancer. And even for folks that are on chemotherapy, there are some studies that are linking the effectiveness of chemotherapy while fasting being increased. So there are many benefits associated to fasting. Now, that being said, if you are someone, for example, suffering from diabetes, fasting of any type, intermittent or long-term fasting, can lead to spikes of your blood sugar levels, which is a major no-no and is extremely dangerous. So that being said, whether you suffer from diabetes or not, if you're considering either intermittent fasting or some long-term multi-day fasting, you should do this under the supervision of a doctor at all times. Because of things like what we mentioned previously with somebody suffering from diabetes having a spike in blood sugar levels, which could be supremely dangerous. You don't want to fall into that category, so you want to do it with supervision. What got me started with fasting? Well, I have not been doing continual fasting, meaning to say in a protocol, month to month, really up until the last 3 months is really when I've just started this. But over the past 15 years, I have found myself fasting many times on account of gastrointestinal issues like diverticulitis. This isn't something that's been recommended to me, but I have succumbed to, and I have had great benefits while having inflammation of the colon while going on a strict water diet or coconut water diet or both, and having inflammation reduction. So again, this is something that drew me to fasting, but certainly is not recommended to be done without the supervision, in this case, of a gastroenterologist or a PCP. Again, something for you to consider potentially as part of your wellness toolkit. Again, this is always done with a lot of love and respect for you. Please tune in to www.inspiremovement.com for more relevant content for you. Thank you so much again for your time. Peace and love.